Hi guys, welcome to AMI Day 2. I hope that Day 1 went okay for you guys and you didn't have a ton of homework or anything. We are going to jump into Lesson 2 for today. And since you don't have your notes or anything, I thought it would be easier just to go through the Delta Math assignment with you. So I'm going to start. So if you'll notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different objectives. So I'm just going to walk through each objective with you. So the step 2 equation, I'm just going to write this down over here. Okay, so our goal is to get A by itself. So if you'll remember from Algebra 1, you'll want to get that A by itself. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 12 to both sides. I don't know why that's not going away, sorry. And so what we're doing is getting rid of this. So if we add 12 to both sides, negative 90 plus 12 is negative 78. And I'm going to divide by negative 6. And what that does is that gets that A by itself. And so negative 78 divided by negative 6, a negative over a negative is a positive. And so it's going to be a positive 78 divided by 6 is 13. And so my answer is positive 13. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, and for this one, we're still trying to get the x by itself. That's always our goal with solving equations. So it doesn't matter if you want to combine the x's here or if you want to combine the numbers. It really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to add x to both sides. And so what that does is that cancels that out. I get negative 2 is equal to, so this is kind of like a 1. So 2x plus 1x is 3x plus 10. And then now this looks like the other problem. So I'm just going to subtract 10 from both sides. Those cancel, and I get negative 12 is equal to 3x. And this time when I divide, notice I have a negative on top and a positive on bottom. And so that is going to give me a negative 4. Okay, next section, I guess. Okay, so we talked a little yesterday about distributing, so we're going to do the same thing today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to distribute that 2. Anytime you have something in parentheses, we're going to distribute that, and that means to multiply to each term. So when I do this one, that's going to be 4x minus 6, because 2 times negative 3 is 6, minus 6 equals 2. And then I'm just going to add 6 to both sides. And that's it. Okay, let's go to the next one. We are almost done. Okay, so for this one, there's a lot going on. So what we're going to do is we are going to distribute this 4 to just what's in the parentheses, and then I'm going to combine like terms. So let's do that. So I have 12x plus 8. So notice 12x right there, and then plus 8 minus 2x minus 3. So I'm just bringing those down is equal to negative 15. Okay, before I move anything to the other side, I'm going to see what like terms I have. So look at these two. So I have 12x minus 2x. That's going to be 10x. And then I have 8 minus 3. That's going to be plus 5. And now I can start with eliminating to get the x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Those cancel. I get negative 20. I'm going to divide by 10. So x is equal to negative 2. Okay, let's go to the last one. And we have this problem. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, we're just going to distribute what's in the parentheses. So what's weird about this one is what we're distributing is actually the negative. So we're going to think about this kind of like a -1, and we're going to distribute that there and also to this term and this term. Okay, so when I do that, let's see, that 5x becomes a -5x, and that +3 becomes a -3. Then I'm just going to bring down that 3. And then this, that becomes a positive x, and then -2. So again, so I'm going to take this one, for example. This is like saying -1 times -1x, which would be a positive 1x, and so that's where that's coming from. Okay, so now we are going to combine like terms on both sides. And so let's see. So right here, I have 1x minus 5x is -4x, and -3 minus 3 is -6. And then over here, I really can't do anything, so I'm just going to drop that down like that. If you need to put the 1 there, feel free to. You don't have to. The next thing I'm going to do is combine my x's, so I'm going to add 4x to both sides, and that's going to get rid of that one. I'm going to get -6 is equal to 5x minus 2. And then I'm going to add 2. I get -4 is equal to 5x, and divide by 5. X is equal to -4/5. And guys, I haven't brought this up before, but I wanted to show you, if you need an example on Delta Math, you have the option to do that. So up here, it'll say like something like show example or something like that. You're more than welcome to do that. Also, if you get it wrong, it'll naturally like go through the problem and show you how to get to the right answer. So I just wanted to throw that out there. There's one other thing that I wanted to talk about before I go. What if you had a problem like this? You might see this on one of your problems, and I just didn't want you to freak out about it. Okay, so if you had, let's say, a problem like this, that's a 10, sorry. So if you had a problem like this, the first thing I would do is I would subtract 1, and I think you guys probably know that much. But this is what stresses people out, this fraction here. Anytime you have a number in the denominator, you're just going to undo it by multiplying. So let's go back and look at this another way. If I had 3x is equal to 9, and I ask you what you would do, you would just tell me, oh yeah, we divide by 3. We divide because we're multiplying here. Well, here we're dividing, and so we're going to do the opposite. We're going to multiply. So when we multiply this side by 3, what happens is those cancel out, and I'm left with x. So anytime you have something in the denominator, you just multiply that. So in that case, I would get x is equal to 27. Again, I don't know if everybody will get a problem like that. I just saw some of those show up, and I didn't want that to catch you off guard. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.